The blizzard outside is raging at -40 degrees. You are freezing to death. Up ahead in the blinding snow, you finally see it. A dark, dry cave entrance. Survival. But as you step out of the howling wind and into the pitch-black dark, the smell hits you. Rotting meat and wet fur. Then, you hear a deep, rumbling growl echoing off the stone walls. You just realize the terrifying, untold truth of the Ice Age. Caves were never empty. We comfortably call our ancient ancestors cavemen. We picture them safely gathered around a cozy, crackling fire, painting beautiful animals on the walls, completely protected from the brutal prehistoric world outside. But that is a Hollywood lie. In the prehistoric world, a dry, insulated cave was the most valuable piece of real estate on planet Earth. And human beings were not the landlords. To claim a cave, ancient humans had to declare war on the most terrifying apex predators the world has ever seen. Finding a cave didn't mean you were safe. It meant you were about to fight a prehistoric monster in absolute, pitch-black darkness. Let's look at the terrifying biological math of prehistoric real estate. Humans are biologically terrible at surviving the cold. We don't have thick fur, blubber, or natural insulation. Without shelter, a human being in an Ice Age blizzard will freeze to death in a matter of hours. But humans weren't the only ones looking for a warm place to sleep. When a tribe of early humans found a cave system, they were almost guaranteed to find it already occupied by a creature straight out of a nightmare. The most common tenant was the cave bear. This was not like a modern grizzly. A prehistoric cave bear stood over 11 feet tall on its hind legs and weighed up to 2,200 pounds. Its skull was massive, its jaws could crush rocks, and it spent its winters deep inside the darkest cave tunnels. They also shared the landscape with cave lions. Massive cats, 25% larger than modern lions, and the giant short-faced bear, a predator that could sprint at 40 miles per hour. So, how did a group of freezing, exhausted humans holding pointy sticks evict a 2,000-pound monster from its home? It is time for your prehistoric survival test. You and your freezing tribe have just discovered a massive cave. The blizzard outside is getting deadly, but you can smell a giant cave bear sleeping deep inside the dark tunnels. You need the shelter tonight, or you will freeze. What do? Do you pick option A, sneak in quietly, stay near the entrance, and try to sleep without waking the bear? Option B, light your wooden torches, charge into the dark, and try to kill the sleeping monster before it wakes up? Or option C, build a massive, choking bonfire right at the mouth of the cave and wait outside in the freezing wind? If you picked option A, sneaking in quietly, you are dead. Cave bears had an incredible sense of smell. The moment your human scent filled the enclosed space, the bear would wake up, trapping you inside the cave with no exit. If you picked option B, charging in to fight, you just committed suicide. A wooden spear is not going to instantly kill a 2,000-pound bear. You would just make it angry. And in a pitch-black, enclosed space, the bear wins every single time. But if you picked option C, building a bonfire at the entrance, you survive. You have just unlocked the brutal, terrifying tactic humans used to conquer the ancient world. Ancient humans didn't evict monsters with weapons. They evicted them with smoke. Hunters would gather massive piles of damp wood, green leaves, and brush and build a blazing fire directly at the entrance of the cave. The wind would push the thick, toxic smoke deep into the tunnels. Inside, the predators would begin to choke. They would panic. Animals have a hardwired, instinctual terror of fire and smoke. The humans would wait outside, spears drawn, while the cave essentially turned into a gas chamber. Eventually, the monster inside had only two choices: suffocate in the dark or make a desperate, blinded run for the exit. When the coughing, panicked bear or lion rushed out of the smoke, the human hunters would be waiting in a circle to bring it down. By weaponizing fire, early humans became the most ruthless home invaders in Earth's history. If realizing that your ancestors fought 2,000-pound monsters in the pitch-black dark just to get a good night's sleep gives you chills, do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button right now. We are proving that human history is far more brutal than the textbooks claim, and I want you in the tribe. Now, let's step inside the cave. Because winning the first battle was only the beginning of the nightmare. Let's say you successfully smoked out the bear. You claim the cave. You build a fire inside. You are finally warm. But a cave is not a house with a locking front door. A cave is an open wound in the side of a mountain, broadcasting the smell of your cooking meat and human sweat for miles. Every single night, the tribe had to post guards at the entrance. Imagine standing watch at 2 a.m. There is no light pollution. The darkness outside the firelight is absolute, crushing black. You cannot see anything, but you can hear the crunching of snow. You can hear the deep, raspy breathing of a predator testing the perimeter. You can see the glowing yellow eyes reflecting the firelight just beyond the reach of your spear. Ancient humans didn't just sleep peacefully. They slept in shifts, constantly defending their stolen real estate from giant hyenas and dire wolves that wanted their cave back. And we know for a fact that the humans didn't always win. When archaeologists dig deep into ancient European and Asian cave systems, they often find massive piles of crushed, splintered bones. For a long time, early researchers assumed these were prehistoric graveyards, believing cavemen buried their dead deep inside the earth out of respect. But when modern forensic scientists actually examined those bones, their blood ran cold. The human bones were covered in deep, jagged scrape marks. They had been violently snapped in half. The skulls had been crushed open. These weren't peaceful graveyards. These were prehistoric dining rooms. The humans hadn't walked into those caves to sleep. They had been dragged in, kicking and screaming by the Pachycrocuta, a terrifying, giant prehistoric hyena the size of a lion. These giant hyenas had jaws specifically evolved to crush elephant bones. They would ambush humans, drag their bodies into the pitch-black depths of the cave, and shatter their bones to eat the marrow inside. To modern humans, a cave feels like a place of safety and shelter. But to an ancient human, a dark cave was a gamble with death. You were either the one sitting by the fire, or you were the one being eaten in the shadows. This terrifying reality completely changes the way we look at ancient cave art. When you see a painting of a massive bear or a lion on a cave wall in France or Spain, you aren't just looking at primitive art. You are looking at a battle trophy. Those paintings were made deep inside the cave, in areas that required crawling through pitch-black, claustrophobic tunnels with only a flickering animal fat lamp for light. Anthropologists now believe these paintings were a psychological victory lap. By painting the predators on the walls of the cave, the humans were symbolically conquering the monsters that used to live there. They were looking into the darkness and saying, "We are the apex predators now. This is our home." The reason you have a roof over your head today, and the reason you can sleep without fear of the dark, is because your ancestors refused to back down from the monsters in the shadows. They fought for every single inch of safety they ever had. But fighting giant, 2,000-pound monsters in the dark raises a massive question. Who actually came up with the brilliant idea to use smoke instead of spears? We always picture ancient humans as loud, aggressive warriors. But the truth is, the loudest humans usually got eaten first. The real reason the tribe survived was because of the quiet, highly observant individuals sitting in the back of the cave, studying the predators and inventing the weapons. I just made a full video explaining exactly why ancient tribes literally could not have survived without introverts. It turns out, being quiet wasn't a weakness. It was the ultimate prehistoric superpower. Click the video right here on your screen to find out how the quiet ones secretly ran the ancient world. I'll see you there.